So I might make some videos later. Right now, I'm gonna do my nails. I'm just gonna paint them this color because I haven't done my nails for a while. I haven't done my long nails for a very long time. But for now, I'm just gonna use this. So like I said, I've been thinking about many things lately. And I've been having dreams as well lately about many things, which I might talk or maybe not. We'll see. I'll think about it. But for now, that's so. I don't know. Lately, I've been having dreams, like I said earlier. And in one of the dreams was very dramatic, which actually I didn't like it because I saw like little kittens, just not just little, but all kinds of kittens and colors and sizes that were gathered in this specific person's house. I know. And there was a husband and wife there, right? But there was like a group, that were meeting there, but they were cats, that were in there, and many of them were being shot violently by pieces of like wood. So, as I was saying, myself and I, talking to myself, talking to the universe out there, who knows, whoever's listening, you know who you are, just don't pretend. But anyway, so the kittens were kind of like inside and outside, kind of looked like I don't know if it was a cemetery, really, but I'm trying to remember, excuse me, to remember and try to describe it, how the place looked like. Kind of like I don't know, like take 3. So as I was saying, it was a place kind of like a not abandoned place, but I know there was a stones and the stairs, but it was like a stony stairs, if that makes sense. Kind of like a monumental type of site place. Anyway, so there were a lot of cats everywhere. And what I was, remembering about this scene, it was that it was part of this house, of this couple's house that I happened to know in the past. And there were other, people of importance inside this house as well, which I'm not going to mention who all these characters are. So anyway, and when I say I used to know this couple, it's not because I had close relationship. I just basically knew them from a far distance. That's pretty much it. But I know who these people were. So anyway, so there were all these characters, and I knew that in this specific house, which kind of looked like a very relevant place, and where there was this type of connections with some people in higher places too, but I'm not going to mention names, obviously, right? I'm just going to share this partially, by the way, because I don't like to say the whole enchilada. I don't have to. But, because, what I saw, it was very, dramatic, especially in, I love animals, and it was... So anyway, As I was saying, some type of thing was happening, and obviously there was this kind of like a private meeting or gathering, but there was plenty of people there, especially some, like I say, some people of names and relevance or whatever. Excuse me, positions. They were, in. But anyway, and I know that these people wanted me to be in this specific place for some reason. I don't know. So, but the thing that really was shocking, like I said, was the kittens, and not just the kittens, but all cats that were, hanging around this place of all sizes and all colors. But, I was feeling sorry because, excuse me, I was eating. So, anyway, so these kittens, were everywhere. There were several of them hanging around. But all of a sudden, okay, because I happened to be at that place, you know, and from heaven, I mean, there was kind of like a storm, okay, but it was a very violent storm where all these branches and big sticks, from the trees were flying like violently, like really, really fast, and it was injuring all these kittens. And it was very dramatic because many of the kittens, for some reason, these branches, thick branches, like I mean thick, were like going through. Uh, so anyway, these branches were going and penetrating through their heads, like they were stuck. I mean, there was no way that one could pull out those branches because it was so from right here to the other side. So if one would pull out the branches, probably these kittens would definitely die, like right there and there, right? Bleeding or who knows. It was so dramatic, like I said, and disgusting at the same time because I never seen something like that. But many of them were being thrown all these branches violently from these storms, okay? And I was even going like this so I could avoid the branches of like being, thrown at me too. But by the grace of God, nothing happened. But I felt so bad for all these, kittens because, like I said, I like kittens and stuff. But unfortunately, all of them were struck by these. So anyway, and then many of them didn't just, you know, got shoot, but these branches, but not just on their heads, but also in their bodies, just many places, and many of them died, like right there and there. They couldn't handle it. Obviously, the impact of these branches, and they die. But many of them, like I said, I saw one or two specific kittens that had this big, thick branch, you know, that was from here to the other side, like very horribly, and they were tormented terribly by the pain of these violently, branches that were being thrown like arrows, so to speak, right? Everywhere. And I felt bad, and also, like I said, I was trying to protect myself that all these branches that fell like arrows not to. These apps are so funny, but I like them. Anyway, so as I was saying, but I could hear, the thunder, the lightning. I mean, like a storm, it was like right there and there. And it was just, shooting all these branches that were breaking from these trees and shooting on all these kittens that were on this specific place. And it had to also do with this specific couple, like I said, right? And there were some people that were meeting in this place as well that were they had some type of rank about something in society, so to speak, right? But anyway, I just happened to be outside of this house and just kind of went to see inside who it was. These apps are so funny, but I like them. Anyway, as I was saying, but I could hear, the thunder, the lightning. I mean, like a storm. It was like right there and there, and it was just, shooting all these branches that were breaking from these trees and shooting on all these kittens that were on this specific place, and it had to also do with this specific couple, like I said, right? And there were, some people that were meeting in this place as well that were, they had some type of rank about, something in society, so to speak, right? But anyway, I just happened to be outside of this house and just kind of went to see inside who it was. Take 7, I think, by now. So anyway, so yeah, it was violently, storming in this place, and the kittens were being killed and shot. Many of them survived, but it was very low the possibility that many of them would survive because they were being tormented like crazy, especially many of them in their head. Many of them had these branches, thick branches, penetrating their heads, and they were like, when they're convulsing and having these like seizures, type of thing. So anyway, the scene, went away, and I was in this kind of like a dining room table, which there was a big long table, right? So anyway, as I was saying, I'm gonna eat a little bit of cheese. mm, mm, mm. So anyway, these kittens didn't have a high chance of survival, right? Because it felt like, all of a sudden these kittens were just, by the higher power, I guess, because it felt like thunder and lightning, kind of like Judgment Day type of thing. But, that's what I get from the dream, what it means, right? But there was, like I was saying, there was this big long table that kind of looked like, a royal, so kind of like a royal, not royal, but, like a nice, well crafted, long table, like medieval type of style table, long table. And, someone was telling me to sit there, right? Or not to sit there, but to basically eat there in this long table from this nice, not prehistorical, but kind of look like it, like the environment, right, of this type of style of this home. Of these people, I didn't know. I never met them, but for some reason, they were good people, right? That were basically inviting me to their house to have a dinner or meal with them, right? But anyway, these people I didn't know. But so anyway, so these people that has some type of high position or titles, whatever that was, but I knew they were important high position individuals out there that were excuse me, that were, basically kind of like in the background or something. I don't know, kind of hard to explain how it felt and how it looked. But yeah, there were other people, like a gathering of several people in this specific place or house of these individuals. So something was ending. I don't know what the heck that was, but something was being decided, or something was gonna end. I don't know. But there were all these kittens